Something that's been on my mind as of recently is the things that have changed subconsciously within me since I have grown a beard. And this is something that I have observed in other men as well as they grow their own beards. And it's so subtle, so gradual over time that I think people kind of take it for granted. And I think you guys should stick to the end of this one, because I don't think I've never really heard these types of ideas be put forward in the beard community. So let me know what you think. Personally, when I see as many men grow beards, is their sense of style and their perception of what it means to take care of themselves tends to improve, whether it is active or subconscious. I see this a lot. I saw this in myself. Let me tell you a little bit of a story right now. When I was younger, when I was a cleanly shaven boy, I didn't really care about my style. I didn't care about the way people perceived me, which I suppose in a way, is, you can kind of give credit to that, A man that doesn't care about what other people think, well, that's fine. But it was to the extreme, right? I didn't care about what my haircut looked like. I didn't care about, if my shirt matched my pants. So, as a result, I rocked all kinds of bizarre styles that were utterly repulsive to the eye for the most part, right? Think about it, and I've probably worn it, right? Track pants and thermal, red thermal shirt with, blue track pants. I've worn it all, guys. It was quite horrid for the most part. And in addition to this, there was this inherent fear inside of me to experiment in any way. I kept the same hairstyle for 16 years. All through high school and all through public school, I wore the same variation of the same haircuts. Right? It was this John Lennon-esque haircut that kind of just cut along here. And looking back, I can very, very, confidently say that it was fear that stopped me from experimenting with anything different than that. And it's truly sad looking back on it, really. But it's understandable in a way. And I look at myself now and I think, what has changed? What has changed within me that allows me the confidence to try different hairstyles, to try different, outfits, and to try, things that would not be befitting of my character. In my last Hussar Talk, I wore a cardigan, lads. Honestly, like, the stigma around cardigans, if I had worn that without a beard, I think I would have been super insecure. I've worn that cardigan in public, and I've gotten compliments on it. Think about that. I think I would not have had the confidence to do that had I not had this beard. It's not because, I'm a frail man who has an inherent lack of confidence and needs a beard to be empowered. I don't think it's something that derives from insecurity. Rather, what I think it was an entire process, an entire long-term process in which I attacked with micro goals that were subconscious in nature. Microtransactions that very, very slowly inched me out of my comfort zone. Right? Behold this progression. First off, I started growing a beard. I used minoxidil to grow a beard, which, first off, using minoxidil to grow a beard is incredibly controversial. Still, it is a very controversial thing to do. So that got me a bit out of my comfort zone. And what happened is I started growing out my beard. That was another little, step in my life that I took that started to get me a little bit out of my comfort zone. But then I started to realize that when one does not care for their beard, when one does not respect, the host upon their face, it tends to not respect you back. It does nothing beneficial for your image. In fact, it takes away from your image. So you learn the hard lesson that you must put time into your facial hair if you want it to work with you. So that's what I did. I learned to style my beard, and I think I've done that quite successfully. And I started to think, hey, this beard, this nicely styled beard that I have, put so much work into, this beard style would look good with a haircut, with a nice fresh haircut that is something that's, if somebody looked at me, they would say, this man is well put together. He clearly cares for himself. Which I think is important, guys. There's this strange idea that gets tossed around that, you can go around, you can go through life completely unkempt and you shouldn't care what others think. Again, this is respectable, but I think it's a absolute reality that keeping yourself in perfect order is in your best it is in your best interest to do so, because it will garner more respect. So I followed my heart on it, and I went on a search for the hairstyle that would suit me, a barber that understood my hair, which is something I never even thought about doing before. But guys, it's a good idea. Find a barber that, that loves your hair, that adores your hair, and would never ever do anything to, tarnish it. Someone that's going to sculpt it into a thing of beauty. Something that's going to sculpt it into the ideal, externalization of your proclivity to be the best person, that you could possibly be. The person that you want to become should be reflected, in your appearance. I truly think that. I think there's a lot of amazing people out there that, don't have time to put, enough time into their appearance, and they're amazing people in their own right, of course. But I think it's fair to assume if they put that extra time in, if they had the ability to put that extra time in, that would level them up, quite substantially. So I experimented with many different barbers, many different hairstyles, and I've kind of come upon this. I've experimented with long styles, shorter styles, and this is I found a barber who understands, what I want, and it's been wonderful. And then from there, it kind of stemmed. Hey, this beard and hair, it kind of allows for a lot more possibilities when it comes to my clothing, and so I started experimenting with all of that. And my guys, like I have a large wardrobe of things that would have been uncomfortable for me. And again, this does not stem from insecurity. It stems from this natural progression, these micro steps that I have made throughout my life that have gotten me to the point where I can walk out with a cardigan and a scarf and be proud of it. That's that really is something. And it all started with me growing a beard. And with a lot of men that I've seen, they say, wow, this beard that I put so much time into kind of makes me want to, achieve this wants me to achieve this physical perfection as well that I tend to see. And I think obviously body dysmorphia is bad, but I want to improve my physique because this bearded, muscular aesthetic is really, really cool. This is kind of I call it the Dragon Ball Z effect. You see all these, muscular Saiyans and all that, and you tend to try to chase those aesthetics, right? And I think that's why I kind of started lifting, and then growing a beard has done nothing but good in that domain. I really, really have perfected and sculpted my existing muscularity since I've grown a beard and since I've completely re-engineered what it means to take care of myself. Again, let me know what you guys think, because I really, really hope that this narrative is as widespread as I think it is, because and I want you guys to think about it. Has there been kind of this subconscious process that you've gone through that has changed the way that you dress, or changed the way that you think about what it means to take care of yourself? I think it'd be an interesting thing to hear about. So yeah, I look back on who I was, and I wish I could speak to him and say, hey, there's better times coming where you won't feel insecure to experiment with things that scare you. And I think I would have been pushed towards this route a long time ago. I'm very proud of who I've become, and hopefully growing a beard for yourself will make you proud of who you are. I'll probably make quite a few videos on this type of topic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I rambled quite a bit. Have a wonderful night, lads. I hope you really, really enjoy this series as much as I enjoy, recording it. I think it has a lot of potential. Yeah, I think it does. Bearded Warriors of Earth, live the best possible life you can. I truly wish that for you. I truly do. Good night.